Okay. So that's new week. All right, so when I just got to the computer, saw this setup breaking underneath these lows here, spotted this volume imbalance. I didn't even know what it was, but I knew I wanted it as a target. So jump straight in on the 5-minute inversion, which was here. This is the entry. TP is here. Okay. I'm not seeing everything I need to see at the minute, but that's cool. All right, we've got the camera on today, so you can see my beautiful face. All right, let's get into it. Wait for this to hit TP, and then I'm going to review some of the trades I've taken today. Pretty decent price action today. We want capitals. Have we hit any? We've got pretty much just got low resistance here, so don't even really see a need to go to break even. Pretty sure we run all of this out. See how that looks on the 5-minute actually. So we could get a retracement here. I'll take off a bit of risk. I'd like to go down to the 2-minute. To be fair, this is we're good for break even now. I reckon we run this out. Don't really want to come back past this gap here. We'll see. Got the Famo in the chat. What's going on, Famo? I'm going to call you back in a second. Let me just hit this TP. And I'm going to call you, yeah? We're going to come in with 3 contracts here. Yeah, that's good. I can't see my chat right here now. Okay, I didn't have a chance to alert this in the Telegram. I literally sat down and was setting up the stream as this inversed this 5-minute. But any other trades I take, or any trades that you see taken on this YouTube, will be alerted in the free Telegram, which I wanted to put up a little thing here actually. That's a bit overkill, isn't it? That's a bit much. Yo, what are you saying, Tyler? Yeah, man, I just muted the mic 'cause I was on the phone with the missus. But Medea. There's another little entry here if you're trading. Could enter here, a stop here. Nice tight stop. We're looking for new week opening gap. Pretty decent trade this. Pretty confident with it. Let me know if you can hear me now, yeah? Should be able to hear me now. Cool, nice. Is my voice like alright for the music? Because my speakers, I haven't lined up my speakers yet, so I know the music's playing, but I don't know how loud it is. Let me know if the volume of the music ain't too loud, bro, yeah? Alright, where we at now? Just coming to the end of the macro. I want to see a push now. Messing around like this. Let me know you want this gap. Yeah, safe, my bro. Say no more. What you saying? You trading today in the markets? It's been some crazy price action today. I took like 3 wins and a small loss. This will be my 5th win, I think, today. And that's just trading on the move on my phone. Obviously, I'll be real. I wouldn't be doing that on a funded account. But today just looked too good. Took a bang out open as well. I'll show you. I've recorded it as well. It's mad. Let's get a cup of tea, man, because this is just going to mess me around. I might even just... Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Patience. You get me? Patience. I either want TP or break even. I'm done for the day really anyway. I don't really need to take this trade, but I can never resist trading to a new day opening gap. This is a new week opening gap, so it's just it's a juicy level. Only thing is, we dipped into 50% of the higher time frame. So I was kind of reluctant. To enter. 1 second, just get messages here. Let's unlock this. Let's get my phone out of the way. Yeah, so higher time frame range. Here you see we're in a discount, but I know we want this gap. We're coming down this far. 80% sure. You can never be sure, but 80% sure we want that gap. I just want this 1 hour to flip black. Just go back bearish now, if you can, and I'll be confident. Just the wick. I want to get us under. Ooh, don't like it. I don't like that. Alright, this 5-minute holds are good. We have closed in the top half of this 5-minute, so I don't really like that, but you know, by all means we could get a retracement, tap into this gap or the block and then go for the gap, but we're at break even. It's a risk-free trade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Stick to A+ setups 100%. Say no more. Are you in the Telegram? Let me know if you're in the Telegram, yeah? Because the link's in the bio as well, because I'm going to start putting signals in there as well. And in in that group chat, I'm only going to be posting A++ setups. If it's in the Telegram, it's because I'm going in on it on a funded. From now on, if I'm going in on it on a challenge or a funded, then I'm going to put it in the Telegram. Yeah. A message there. 5th win of the day. Yeah, what are you saying, Ben? Just reading your messages. I'm not sure. I guess you're in the live, mate, because I can't see. I can't. Let me know. Does anyone know if I can see who? I can't see who's in the chat or who's on the live unless they write something in the chat. So how do I like see who, like the names of the people? You know what I'm saying, that are in the lives? I'm still getting used to this. But yeah, Ben, markets are closed on the weekend, bro, unless you are trading crypto. You can trade crypto on the weekend. Oh, okay, you're on the bus watching, cool. Yeah, crypto weekend, so Bitcoin and Ethereum and them types of things. I'm probably going to move on to that at some point, but I just want to lock in on this first, get a few more payouts. But yeah, Monday to Friday, bro. And to be fair, it's probably a good thing to just take the weekend off, touch grass, take a walk. Otherwise, it could just get a bit much, you know? Trading every day, you need a break for sure. Yeah, they have to type and then you can see them in it. Yeah, say no more. That's cool. So yeah, man, got the camera lined up today. I'm actually recording this time as well as streaming. Before I was streaming, didn't record it, so I couldn't chop it up and put it into shorts. Yesterday, I don't know if you man how long. Yeah, no, because at the end of the stream, I think it was just the misses in the stream. But man caught a banger at the end of the day. I uploaded it on live, and then I went to chop it up just to get rid of all of the excess, and I'd done it wrong, and then I didn't know that you couldn't then undo it, so I chopped it up, and then it was like I was halfway through the trade, so I had to delete it. But man waited basically the whole PM session yesterday, and then caught a banger at like 8:40. You get me, right at the end of the day. But it's nice when you're that patient and you wait. Took a tiny little loss before, tight stop, low risk. Then we got the low we was waiting for, that low that we were waiting for those whole 2 hours, and then got a nice 2 minute, took the long, finished the day nicely. So this week, mad green on the week so far. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday has been crazy. So with any luck, when we get these challenge accounts next week, we can repeat the same. You get me? So if you're involved, if you're on a funded, yeah, say no more, you might just want to buy a challenge account, even just buy one, just so you can sort of follow along and just take the same trades, see if we can work our way to a payout. You get me? The volume just died out. Probably waiting for the next macro now. Should be at 440. Right, let me just mute this a second. Yo, bro, I just gotta go pick up the missus real quick. I'm gonna be coming back about. Can I just pause this, or do I have to stop it? I don't really want to be recording all that time. What's my space anyway? 34 gigs. I'm a new trader. Have you got any advice you could give me? It really depends where you're at the minute, like how much trading you've done. How long have you been trading for? What type of style, like what strategy have you been trading? ICT? Have you been trading sort of like indicators, VWAP? It depends. I can't just give you some random advice other than stay disciplined, stay patient. That's across the board advice for anyone. Another bit of advice is lock into these lives every day. Watch what I'm doing. As I'm trading, I'll be explaining what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. The more people that come in at the minute, it's people that I know that already know the strategy. So there's not so much need for me to really be explaining everything. But if you've got a specific question about something, then drop it in the chat. I'll see if I can help you out. Yeah? Depends like where you're at already. Feel me? Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, TGR is decent. When if someone keeps losing, then it's not the strategy. It's usually the risk management. That's what I found. When I was losing, it was usually to do with not managing my risk well, revenge trading, over trading. Because the fact is, using ICT, you can find a couple of decent moves a day. You just got to be patient enough to wait for those moves and not just be going in on anything that looks like a fair value gap or a breaker block and what have you. And also mixing too many concepts together because you listed so many there. Equilibrium. And the thing is, a lot of them are relevant, but sometimes, most of the time, in one trade, you only need one or two of those concepts. So something that I struggled with for a while was overcomplicating ICT, and that's why I'm doing these lives now to come and demonstrate how simple it can be. one of the most difficult things can be getting your bias, your daily bias, and sort of understanding where the market's likely to draw to. Another thing is being intuitive in the moment. If you're wrong on your draw on liquidity and then you get a move to the opposite direction, you need to be able to switch bias quickly. There's only so much you could say with words, trying to teach somebody, but if you join these lives every day and you see what I'm doing, you'll be able to copy that and understand it. It's much simpler than TJR or a lot of the other ICT teachers out there. Not to say that they're not good. Obviously, they make money, they know what they're doing, but they're kind of like wizards. They're kind of like brainiacs with it. Like they kind of enjoy the complexity. I'm a simple man. I like to keep things very, very simple. I'm simple in my life. I'm simple in everything. So when I was trading ICT and it was loads of different, I'm trying to find different things and complicating SMT and all of this, and everything was clashing and I wasn't finding success, then I realized, you be tuned in? Yeah, good. I realized I had to simplify it. So I just trade inversion fair value gaps, and combined with liquidity, that's been working for me. I've reached a few payouts with Top Step. That's a break-even trade there. I'm being greedy today, to be fair. I've done enough, but this is still a decent trade. If you're looking to trade now and we get a tap off this order block here, I would say that would be a decent short entry to new week opening gap. Let me just have another look at this because I did. Sorry, Saucy ID. Give me a sec. I'll be back to you in a second. Yeah. What are we tapping into right now? Because we haven't run out this liquidity, so I'm not convinced we're going up here at all. Where did we come to here? Yeah, no, I want that gap. So I'm not going to go back in because I've actually got to go out now. I'm going to be back at 5 o'clock though. It's going to be half an hour. I'd at least want that gap though. So this would be like a continuation trade. Yeah, so in short, I just trade inversion fair value gaps, and my most important thing is to be able to determine where is the draw on liquidity. And for that, I often use new week opening gaps, like I'm using here, equal highs and lows, or low resistance liquidity, which we've got here. So low resistance liquidity is this here. Let me know if you're familiar with that. This is new week opening gap. So because we now broke between these lows, we didn't just sweep and then turn around. At open, we came down, we moved up, and we continued down. And so for me, that means, right, well, why would we continue down when we've swept liquidity? We've swept these equal lows. Why would we continue down? That must mean that there's liquidity lower. So simple. What liquidity is that? New week opening gap. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's what the market is reaching for. So all I'm trying to do now is find an inversion on the way down to that gap. And if we go back and just review this one here, the inversion that we had was this 5 minute here. So this candle was created at 10:10. I also took a short at open. We'll go through the other trades in a bit, and we'll get sidetracked. I've got a little bit ADHD, so sometimes I jump from one thing to another. So I'm practicing trying to stay focused. So this 5 minute gap here was inverted at this point here. So this is when I entered. I was hoping just to get a little scalp from here to the gap, but we get another retracement, which is fine. We're tapping into, so for example, if we wanted to get a continuation trade, because actually I still want that new week opening gap, because we want to hit that gap still, say we want to get back in this, it's possible when you get that retracement. We have it a 5 minute to the upside, but don't watch that. The draw on liquidity is always more important than what happens in price. So let's go, for example, I'd go to the 30-second, see if I can get a 30-second inversion out of another gap, which is this gap here. We've reached 50% of this. So you could take a 30-second short here. See if we can get a 1 minute, be even better. Yeah, there's a little 1 minute there. So I'm just looking for inversions. This would be another short entry to get us down to that gap, because my draw is still. So yeah, you're most welcome, and make sure you hit the bell. Also, there's a Telegram group, free Telegram group with live signals. If you can't join the lives, say if you're at work or something, so join the Telegram as well. Links in the bio, yeah. And let's just keep this simple and get this money, man. That's what it's about. So this 5 minute here, small 5 minute, did we tap it? Just about, I think. Ideally, I would want this order block here. If we got an order block tap and then got a 1 minute to the downside, I'd be happy to take that continuation to new week opening. The lowest I'll go for the inversions is a 30 second. This is a 1 minute and a minute. So I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. I might be talking fast, but the more I do it over and over again, the clearer it will become, yeah? So if you see that volume that we're getting there, that looks like a reach to me. That looks like a reach, and we want to get now a spin around from here. Let's have a look what we get. 1 minute reaches, and I think that would mean we're tapping into this order block, right? Yeah, perfect. That's what I want. A lot of people thinking, oh, okay, this looks bullish, you know, we're going to take this, you know, we've got an inversion here. We could go to the upside, and, you know, there's always a chance that can happen, but this is my draw on liquidity. And I'm not just going to switch that just because we've got this which could potentially just be a retracement, you know. But this is why our entry model is an inversion, because as far as I'm concerned, if we invert a gap now to the downside with, you know, with pressure, with force, then that will give me, if we are bullish, we shouldn't get a 1 minute inversion. It happens, but rarely. See what I'm saying? So let's see if we can get an entry below this 1 minute to get back down to this gap. And let's see how we are reacting in this order block now. A nice tap. Get 30 second. So yeah, it's pretty much the same as the 1 minute. What are we reaching up to now? So this to me looks like a fake out, you know, drawing in more long positions, getting people to take a long position to then come and run it out. That's my prediction of what's happening here. Let's see what happens. Just gotta mute the mic a second. Okay, so still waiting for a nice short entry here. Quite a big retracement, but I've got faith in this new week opening gap, man. That's my favorite target. Yeah, links are not shareable. You can't even click links in here now. That's dead. Alright, got any 2 minutes here? Yeah, so the only gap we've got is here. Let's see if we've had 50% of this range. Yep, perfectly. So we'd like to see a nice reaction, nice close below here. And then we can take another entry. See if I can get this up to 1K on the day, that'd be nice. It's getting hot in here. This room's like a sauna, man. Let's see what we get here. All right. You see how this 5-minute order block sits perfectly at the 50% DRT level. This is one of the reasons it's good to mark out your DRT levels. You can see how prices react at each level. So we hit perfectly 50 here, we move up, we sweep down, we create the range, we hit 25, we push through, we hit 50. Now, ideally, we want to get an IFVG here, but we also want to try and close just below 25. That would give me confidence that we're bearish, you see. And if we're bullish, we should find support here or here and then move up. So this can kind of give you a framework to go by, because you have to understand that the market can always go the other way than you think. So however bearish or bullish you are, it can always just go the other way. And so how do we add up sort of the possibility or the odds of it going each way? So one way is inversions. If we get an inversion, 8 times out of 10, it's because we are going in that way. So if we get a bearish inversion to the downside here, it's because we're bearish 8 times out of 10. If we get support there and we move up back past the 50% of this DRT, I would say we're likely bullish and I wouldn't want to take a short. So let's see what we get here. If we can get a nice clean entry. We're approaching the macro now as well, which is perfect. I like to take entries around this time, around 22. 40 seconds on this candle. We're on a 2-minute here. We had a 1 minute, didn't we, here? Yeah, so got 30 seconds left on this candle. If we get a close below, I'll go short here. Stop at the high. What kind of RR is that? Let's say we get it at the DRT. It's not great, it's 1.5, so that's fine. I'm going a slightly lower risk than normal. I'm not gonna put massive risk on this. It's a short move, and I do want my stop here. So I'm gonna go in with 3 contracts on that. Into there, still quite a bit of risk on there. That's fine. And what do we actually have here? It's actually a much bigger stop than I thought. I need to get out my markers before I enter that, because that deceived me. But that's cool. We're only on a practice account. 1.6. So as soon as we hit here, we're just going to move straight to break even. I don't expect a retracement. We've just had a retracement. I want a clean run straight down if we're going to run it. And this will be break even. You know, to be honest, do I want to see us? Nah. I'm gonna have aggressive stop on this. Okay. I want to see this 1 minute hold. This is a decent candle. There's no reason for us to go back up here. So I'm gonna have my stop here. Obviously, put your stop where you wish, but that's how I'm gonna manage this. If we go up now, we could be bullish, so I'd want to be out with low risk. But that's my draw on liquidity, new week opening gap. Let's see what we get. It's tied up a bit. Don't need this. It gives us a better risk to reward as well. So like a 3R now. I'm going to put this just above the order block here. So the stop's at 25565. That's where we want to see support here. Or resistance, should I say. Nice reaction off that order block. Would like to see this close. If we can close bearish, that'd be great. But at least we want to see it close below 50% of this inversion gap here. If we can. 1 second. That's a decent close. Just gonna get rid of this now so we can get nice and tidy. Yeah, so if I'd known that we were looking at quite a big stop up here, and we didn't do my measurements, I probably would have gone in on 1 or 2 contracts rather than 3. That's all good. So we want to see that, that's good. We want to see that 50% holding like that. Every time we close below 50% of that gap, that makes me happy. We can get a nice strong push and break below these lows. That make me happy. At this point, well, I prefer to break these lows actually. Yeah, I'll take risk off here and I'll be moving to this high. I don't want to see that. I don't want to revisit this area again. If we're bearish, we should continue down. We've had a tap, we've respected, and stops are safe here now. Nice push, nice break below these lows. We've got a nice bit of low resistance liquidity here. So when we do hit break even, I would not expect to see us retracing. I would expect us to run that. And if we do get a retracement, more likely from here, but we'll see. Just tapping into the macro nicely now. So hopefully we get that push we've been waiting for. Really, I mean, this price action is pretty decent for the PM session. I like it. As the macro kicks in, we'll get volume in one direction or the other. Hopefully in our direction. Let me just really check the 5 minute, see what's going on over here. Yeah, so that's good price action there, because we created a 5 minute bullish, we tapped into it. You know, if we come down into a 5 minute and then we don't start turning around bullish and we start tapping into it more, it's likely because we wanna get through it and we're bearish. If you want a more conservative TP, you know, you might want to put it at these lows, but I really do feel we want this new week opening gap. I'm quite confident for that. One of my favorite trades to take is just as we're approaching a key level or a potential area of liquidity, especially new day or new week or higher time frame volume imbalances, because it's higher probability. If you're already close to it, you can be very sure that it has just traveled all this way in order to get to this. It's very unlikely that it will come all the way down to a new week opening gap and not tap it. So all you're doing is trying to look for an entry just before the key area, you see. It's a trade I take all the time. They're probably my most successful trades, to be fair. So just to recap on what I'm saying there, like today we had market open. Get rid of that now, I'm not going anywhere now. Here, right, we get this move down, and look, we sweep all this liquidity. At this point, we've swept all of this liquidity. It's still a low intact here, but as soon as we continue to move down and then break these lows here, and come up and move down here, there's a few entries in here. You have to know that the new week opening gap's there though. That's where you have to do analysis properly and really look where is the market drawing towards. Once you know, you've got your TP, you wait for a retracement, inversion fair value gap, simple stuff. I don't think that's complicated at all. Obviously I used an order block there, this 5 minute order block, but you know, that's kind of simple as well. You know, you should be knowing order blocks by now if you're studying ICT. What else did I use? 50% retracement. So all I did was I wanted to see if we got a decent reaction at 50%, and you can see that the bodies have closed below 50%, so that's bearish for me. We hit order block 50%, got an inversion fair value gap. That's a decent trade to take. Even if this trade lost, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'd be happy that I took that trade, because that's just all day long. That's the type of trade that I take, and it's got a 70 to 80% win rate. So there's going to be times that you lose, even when it looks so good. Then that's fine. You take that on the chin. But I've reached multiple payouts using this very simple strategy. Identify the draw on liquidity. Let the market prove to you that that's where it's going. Wait for a retracement, preferably 50% of a range, and on an inversion fair value gap on a lower time frame, either the 1 minute, and we're break even now, or the 30-second as well. If you're confident enough that you've done your analysis correctly, then you can use the 30-second as well. All right, we're break even here. I took a break-even trade before this, trying to get down to this gap. That's all good. As I say, I've kind of made my money for the day. If you want to leave some risk on, you're happy to leave some risk on, you want to stay in the trade, then you could put, this is the furthest that you would put your stop, no higher than this. If it comes back to this gap and starts pushing through it, we're bullish, and this is a sweep. But I'm happy to go break even. I've made my money for the day, or at least taken the wins for the day. So if I was on a funded account and I was still trading, which I wouldn't be, because I would not be wanting to give any of this back, I would be moving straight to break even at this point. That's the safest move. And why? Because this is low resistance liquidity. There's no reason for it to turn around here. I want it to run that all day long. It should run that. And over here, we've also got low resistance liquidity right down to the gap. I'll be genuinely surprised if we don't go down to that gap now. Another thing to note is, you see how bullish this looked? Like if you look at how so many people will be long in this. Come down, you get a 5-minute inversion, swept liquidity, 5-minute inversion. So many people are long this and then got ran straight out. And then before the market comes down to the gap and lets all of these people in shorts just get their money, it runs up again, pulls more people into longs. So as soon as we invert this 5-minute, there's so many people long here. And look, as soon as it's inverted there, it gets this order block, runs them out again. So knowing your draw on liquidity is so important, because you can get inversion gaps all the time. But if the draw is below and you're taking these longs, you're gonna get stopped out over and over again. And that's why it's important to manage your risk. Meaning, if you have a draw on liquidity that's bearish, the new week opening gap, and then you try and take that short 2 times and you get stopped out, and then you low risk tight stop on a third, you get stopped out, maybe you're wrong about your draw. So you have to also not marry your bias or your draw on liquidity, and be willing to just go, do you know what, that's my trades done for the day, that's the most I'm willing to lose. Even if then it turns and goes to your draw, that's not the game, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow's another day, market's not going anywhere. So if you take 2 losses or 3 losses, however much your risk is for the day, then just leave it, because it's been times when it's been dumping and it's sweeping liquidity and giving me inversions, and it's sweeping and giving me inversions. I'm thinking, why isn't it going up? Like, there's equal highs above, there's low resistance, all of this. And then at the end of the day, because I've done my analysis, right, I'll go back and look at the higher time frame or something. This is a while back when I kept losing, and then I was like, oh, there's a massive volume imbalance. There's a weekly volume imbalance below it. It's running down for that. So these inversions don't mean anything without context. That's just the entry model. You need to know how to identify liquidity. So we can go over that a bit as well, the higher time frame, sort of top down type stuff at some point. I'm kind of waiting to get more people in the lives and on the streams, and also I'm waiting for more questions. Like, if people ask specific questions, then we can go over that stuff. Otherwise, this is really just about the trading and recaps. We'll recap some of the trades I took today as well. Come on, NQ, give me the gap. Give me the gap. Quick rundown. I'm moving to some profit here. Trading stop at a situation like this, I like to get under, not the last 2 minute, but the one just before. So when this 2 minute now forms, I'll move to this 2 minute. You know what I'm saying? And there's always the chance that you get that retracement and you get stopped out in profit, but that's part of the game as well. Sometimes it will run straight to TP like it did earlier. That was and last night that was a crazy trade. And other times it will retrace and you'll get like less than half of what you was aiming for, or what the potential was. But that's part of the game, man. What are you gonna do? You need to hold out though. Don't be closing trades here because you're still losing out $100, and over time that adds up. You're much better off just letting it run to TP. If he gets right here, starts messing around, then yeah, close the trade. But here, there's still 100 in it. You want that 100. You get me? That 2 minutes now closed, I think. Nah, half a minute. What's that there? Tommy, we saying, brother? Got the PWL below 50% new recovery gap. I'm not being greedy. New week opening price high is my TP. Yeah, same. Yeah, look, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, just yeah. I would say yeah, 100% just leave TP there. It even sometimes comes close and then leaves some lows, goes up a bit and then comes down, which I hate when that happens, but it is what it is. But yeah, good to see you in the short, bro. We've got, I see what you're saying, we've got the previous weekly low just below 50% of the gap. Okay, I hear you. I didn't even clock that still. Yeah, here. Okay. I mean, you could always trail. You could do a tight trail. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that 2 minute must have closed now, isn't it? So we're gonna go into this profit here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could wait, get it right there, move the TP and stop loss right there and just hope for a push. Very rarely happens, but it can. Maybe we'll do it as an experiment just for fun, see what we can do. See if we can pull up a little magic trick on the stream. I know what's going to happen there. It's going to come close. I'm going to try and move it. It's going to go boop. It'll just take me out. Maybe opening gap. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, so we're in the macro now as well. Where's that? Coming up to 5 o'clock. Had a 2 minute tap. Gonna get a little bit spiky now, isn't it? Because coming up to the hour candle, might want to wick it. Yeah, it's kind of gonna create that end of the ting wick. So okay, it's creating this wick, open up, create a wick, and then go down on the 1 hour. So we might get stopped in profit here, but that's cool. I don't mind that. Come on, NQ, stop messing around. I know it's waiting for this hour. It's waiting for that hour so it can wick that top wick. Do you think we're going to get a bearish hour? Let me see. Yeah, man, it's going to want these lows, man. I need to sort this out, man. I don't know why I keep saying that. Yo. Who have we got in the stream? My side. It's only Tommy and Tyler still. So yeah.
Who's that?
Say welcome to Tyler and Tommy.
Where's the camera?
There.
Yo.
I think it's just them. There's a couple. Actually, there's 5 people in there now as well. So I don't know who else is there, but it's cool. Just don't swear or say nothing rude, yeah. NQ stop, man.
What?
So what's this? It's gonna go up when it's go down.
Look.
Okay.
With the coat, bro.
Oh man, yeah. I need one of these. I need to get me a new coat, man. That feels banging. That feels nice. Where's that from?
Sports Direct, but it's like
Nice.
it's £100.
£100.
Yeah.
Jeez, Sports Direct get expensive, cause.
Oh, do you see the pattern on the the print? Where is it? Look.
Yeah, it's nice. Where'd you get that from?
Hollister.
Nice. What chain? Let me show you your trainers.
Oh yeah. Where it matches like.
Let me mute this mic actually. I just wanted you to stay alone. No one wants to hear this. Yo, Tyler, that's cool, bro. I hear you, man. Take your time. There's no rush, man. The markets ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Just take it in, and yeah, the journey is rocky, bro. It's like that. It's mad, and trust me, there's going to be losses and losses and losses before there's wins. Again, risk management is the main thing, bro. It's not even a strategy. But you just stay in the lives, man. Stay in the lives, and next week we're gonna lock in, see if we can get this money together. Look, this is the hourly wick I was telling you about. Let's see if it takes us out. Or if this gap just holds, we might just dump on this gap. But yeah, I got you, my bro. Good to have you be on a journey with you, you know? Have you in the lives, man. It's a good look. This is what NQ likes to do though. They come right to your thing, and then it knows people are in shorts, so just wants to run some stops, but it's cool. I'm in profit. I'm up on the day, so I don't mind. Sometimes, you know, when you feel like if you draw it, it actually helps. Like actually helps to hold it. Like if I draw that, it's definitely ain't going up. You get me? But we hit 50% of that. Don't want to see nothing higher than that. You know what? I'm coming right to that gap now. I want every penny. That hourly wick should be done now. Just dump. Just dump MQ. Stop playing with me. I don't really mind. You know them ones. Yeah, my bro, come on, I got you, man. I need to share everything that I've learned. There's many people that can, yeah, we're all out there. There's many people that can jump on this. But listen, we need to get out of this trap. We need to get this money up, man. I'm doing it late in the day, you get me? You know, you man a young buck, so you jump on this now, you're nice. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it early, so you've got plenty of time, man. It's all good. Soon I'm going to be trading the New York Open as well, yeah? I'm going to take some time off work when the time is right, which is much higher probability. If I'm sat here at New York Open, we're going to be taking bangers every day, yeah, for real. So I'll let you know. That's coming soon. All right, cool. Let's recap some of the trades I took today. That new week opening gap is coming at some point. If anyone wants to re-enter, just wait for 50% of this range. Key level should be like a, yeah. So if it just for anyone that's still trading, I'm done now for the day. But I mean, we'll stay for the PM. I've just got to do a couple of things in the house. But I'm going to start a new live for that, I think. A new recording. Yeah, so this gap here, you'd probably want that gap. You'd want that gap really before you re-entered. Because if you enter down here, I mean, let's try here. Enter here. And then you'd need your stop to be here. What's the RR like on that? Almost nearly a 2R. So I mean the closest entry you could take would be 50% of this gap here, and your stop would need to be, what's the 2 minute saying? Yeah, so let me stop that recording now. The earliest possible entry, I mean, we might not even get the retracement. The earliest would be here, but you know, the conservative and the safe would be to wait for 50% of the mark, the range, and then have your stop above the gap that we was trading from before, which is here. And then your RR is a lot better, and there's a lot less chance that it's gonna retrace more. So ideal, let's get rid of this. Ideal entry now, let's get rid of this, would be 517. Stop above this gap, which I'm assuming is our 1 minute. Let's double check that. Yeah. If you wanted to read it, but we might not get that. You might not get 50%, but if you did, and then you get a 1 minute or even a 30-second to the downside, there's another entry there, which means your entry might be a bit lower, but that's fine. So I am now gonna quickly recap. Should I do that now or should I do that after? Who we got in here? I've got 3 people at the minute. Look, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop this stream. Let me just go and sort out a couple of things in the house, see the famo on that, and then I'm gonna jump back on about the next macro, so 5:45. Yeah, it's like 40 minutes. I'm gonna jump back on, and then we'll take some demo trades and go over some of the trades I took today to get this banging P&L. All right, so bless up, and I'll catch you shortly, yeah? Love, my guy.